Hello FPL managers, today we are taking a look at some cheap £4.5 million defender options coming into game week 1 of the new FPL season. In today's video we take a look at 5 defender options which you guys could consider for your game week 1 squads, and have a look at how they got on last season and why they could be good FPL assets for the upcoming campaign. So just before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and click the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads on the channel. With that being said, let's get into the video. So taking a look at the first £4.5 million defender on the list, it is Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas has a very low ownership coming into the new campaign, with just 0.4% of managers owning him. Obviously his spot is up for contention in that Leicester side with the likes of 𝙁𝙖𝙤𝙦 coming back from injury, but Luke Thomas did get a fair few games at the back end of the season and was very impressive for Leicester. Luke Thomas only got 596 minutes and 8 appearances last campaign, but over that time period he got himself 26 points, getting himself 1 goal and 1 clean sheet. If he does start for Leicester in the first match of the season, he is predicted 4.1 points, which is one of the highest amongst £4.5 million defenders. Leicester have a fairly solid start to the season where they face Wolves, West Ham and Norwich as their first 3, so Leicester will be definitely looking to get at least 2 clean sheets out of those 3 matches. Amongst Leicester City defenders, Luke Thomas averaged 0.45 shots per 90, which is the second highest in their team, only behind 𝙁𝙖𝙣𝙩𝙗𝙬𝙗. Over his 8 matches, Luke Thomas had an XG of 0.16 and an XA of 0.1, which is fairly impressive for his price tag and just playing 8 games, so if you are looking for a very differential £4.5 million defender, then Luke Thomas could be a good option. Now moving on to the second 4.5 defender option is Tariq Lamptey. Lamptey is a fairly high owned defender coming into the new FPL season with a 19.8% ownership. This does make him the 7th highest owned defender, and it is clear to see why, as in last season's campaign he was very impressive early on for Brighton. Lamptey played 661 minutes at the start of last year's campaign and he got himself 8 appearances. Over that time period he got himself 1 goal and 3 assists, which is a very large attacking output for a defender. Also he picked himself up 2 clean sheets over this time, as he was one of the highest scoring defenders before he picked up an injury. Coming into game week 1 he has a very impressive projected points of 3.5, so I am expecting him to be one of the highest scoring defenders throughout the first game weeks. Brighton have a very good start to the campaign as they face Burnley and Watford as their first 2 opponents, then face Everton after, but then they have some good fixtures after that as well, so I think you could target the Brighton defence early on. Also in that Brighton defence, Lamptey averages 0.68 shots per 90, which is the second highest amongst Brighton defenders, only behind Lewis Dunk. Lamptey also has the highest key passes per 90 out of any defenders at 1.09, and has a very impressive XG of 0.63 and XA of 0.59, which across 8 matches is quite good. Now moving on to the third defender on the list, it is Conor Coady. Coady is fairly differential with an 8.3% ownership, which does make him a defender with one of the more lower ownerships on this list. Coady was a very consistent performer for Wolves last season, as out of their 38 matches he played in 37. This is obviously very good position security for a £4.5 million player, and over this period he did get himself 106 FPL points. In this time he got himself 1 goal and 10 clean sheets, 𝙁𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙗𝙠 is a very good value option. Wolves have some fairly tricky fixtures to start, and that's why he's only predicted 2.3 points in the first game week, but after Leicester, Tottenham and Manchester United, the next 4 fixtures for Wolves all have an FDI rating of 2. Conor Coady does play very defensive for the Wolves, so he doesn't have a very high attacking output, as he only registered 1 shot every 5 matches. But last season he did underperform his XG and his XA, which does mean he has that attacking potential there every now and then. So now moving on to the 4th defender on the list, it is Rob Holding. Holding does seem to be very good value in the Arsenal defence at just £4.5 million, and he's also a fairly differential option with just a 4.5% ownership. Rob Holding appeared in 28 out of Arsenal's 38 matches last season, recording 105 FPL points over this time, getting himself 1 assist and 11 clean sheets. He also has one of the highest predicted points for £4.5 million defenders coming into game week 1, which is 3.7. So out of their first 5 matches, their 3 games against Brentford, Norwich and Burnley could hold some promise of some clean sheets. Rob Holding averages 0.47 shots per 90, which is the 4th highest for Arsenal defenders, but just considering that he's going to be the cheapest option that will get starting minutes, he is such good value. And moving on to the final £4.5 million defender, it is Luke Ayling. Ayling holds his price once again at £4.5 million, which does make him one of the more tempting options in that Leeds defence. Also with a 9.7% ownership, he is fairly differential, so he could be a good differential punt coming into the first game weeks of the season. Ayling did record similar numbers to Conor Coady last year, getting himself 100 points. He didn't get any attacking returns, but he did get himself 12 clean sheets, which is very impressive. Also, with many defenders coming back from injury for Leeds and the departing of Alioski, I would expect that Leeds defence to be getting very stronger next season. Luke Ayling is only predicted 2.6 game week 1 points, as Leeds still have a fairly tricky start to the season as they face United and Everton as their first two. But after that, during game weeks 3 to 10, Leeds only have one match with an FPL rating over 3, which is against Liverpool. So if you do want to go for Luke Ayling, you can bring him in for that game week 1 squad, hold on to him on that bench for the first 2 weeks, and then you should be able to start him most weeks after that. Luke Ayling does average 0.65 shots per 90, which is second in that Leeds defence, only behind Robin Koch. So that's all I've got for today for the £4.5 million defender options. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. Also, make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads, and leave a comment of what you guys thought of this list of players and will you have any of these players in your squad. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.